and meditation is conscious sleep. Welcome to everyone, and I'm very happy to see you all today, the chosen ones for today's meditation. Today's guest is Gayatri Chava. She's a senior manager in MNC IT firm. Currently, she lives in Sweden. She has been meditating over a year and she has conducted so many meditation sessions all around UK and in India on various topics and on various occasions. Gayatri has she has seen a lot of improvement in her health conditions after she started meditating. She has dedicated, I don't remember how much percentage, she did mention that before, but she has dedicated part of her time just towards spreading the word on meditation and sharing her knowledge, whatever she has known via meditation. Without any delay, I would like to welcome Gayatri Chava. Gayatri Chava Garu, over to you.
Thank you, Lakshmi Garu. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and thank you for this opportunity to be able to come and interact with all such great masters. Hello, everyone. Like Lakshmi Garu said, I have come into meditation around an year ago, and I have seen a lot of improvements with meditation in my personal and professional life. So I have been continuously meditating for a couple of hours a day continuously. And yeah, so firstly, I would like to thank and I would like to congratulate all of you for taking up this 11-day meditation challenge. So it's a great step to the great success, I would say. So today's topic is energy draining. Let's start with our topic today. So today, basically, what we discuss is we will try to understand what is energy, and we will also understand what are energy drains, and we will understand them with some examples, and we will see how we can identify such energy drains and how we can close them. These are all the 4 subtopics which we focus today. So energy, coming to energy, what is energy? Basically, everything is energy. So I'm not saying this, it's being said by the Nobel Prize winner, the great scientist Einstein. What he said is that everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. You just try to match the frequency of what you want or the reality that you would want to create. You cannot help but get that reality in your life, is what he said. Energy can be dense, which and we feel it with our 5 physical senses, or it can be less dense. For example, certain frequencies of light or the particles that make up the matter. So it could be dense or less dense, and also most often it's invisible, like electricity or the movement of air. When it interacts with the denser physical objects, then we get to know its presence. For example, the electrons, they move through the wire and they reaches the light bulb, or the wind that blows and touches our skin, then we get to know that there is air or there is this energy. So but I would also want to ask one question. I would give you one scenario. I'm sure most of you would have felt it in your life. You walk into a room where there is full of angry people or irritated people. How do you feel it? Or you meet a person for the first time, you're meeting that person, but you get such vibes that you are not kind of liking that person, or you get vibes like, for example, that you are so much connected with that person. I'm sure definitely this would have happened in our life. How do we get to know that? How are we feeling that? Is it correct? Basically, the science, what it says is everything on this earth planet, including the phone, object, book, everything is surrounded by energy field. Even as humans, we are surrounded by energy field. So when we interact with the other person, what exactly is happening is our energy field is intersecting with the energy field of the other person. And the information, it's basically encoded in energy field. So by going in close proximity to a person, we are exchanging energies with the other person. We are exchanging information with the other person. That's how we get to know that the vibes are not matching, or we feel so much of close connectivity with the people we interact. Because I said close proximity, because that close proximity is something which every one of us would feel, even though we are meditating or not meditating. But the real fact is that even though you are 1,000 miles, 100,000s of miles away, your energy field can still interact with the energy field of the people. How? We get to know it in our session in some time now. So this is what I would want to say. Basically, the thing that I would want to say is that the way we speak, the way we move, the way we think, everything, everything is an example of consuming energy. The way we interact with people is nothing but we are exchanging energy with the people. Okay. That's all I would want to know. I would want you to know about energy. Now coming to the energy drains. What are energy drains? Draining is basically losing or depleting of energy. For example, let's say that we are pouring water onto a vessel which has got multiple holes. Irrespective of how much water you pour in, the water leakage will be more. You will not be able to store the water. The similar way, we take energy from the food, a little energy from the food, and little more energy we get from our sleep, and we get abundance of energy in our meditation. But it is also equally important to conserve that energy within us, to use it for our day-to-day activities and to use it for our manifestations. Like we discussed before, everything we speak, the word that we speak, the thought that we make, and the action that we do, everything is basically consuming the energy around us. For example, if I ask you a question that how many of you have the same level of energy that you have in the morning, by the end of the evening, do you maintain the same level of energy that you have in the morning? Most of us might say no. Why? Because we are losing our energy. We are losing our energy in various activities because we interact with people. There could be certain type of arguments, or there could be certain kind of sadness, or some activities. It could be, there could be multiple reasons why we are losing our energy. We might also say that it could be normal to get tired by the end of the day. It is natural. No, nothing is natural. If you see the sages in India, they do lots of service. Are they getting tired? They do continuous work. They don't even get to sleep. But are they tired? No, they are not tired. Why? Because they know about their energy system. They know how to close their energy drains, first of all. So similarly, we also have that capability. We just need to understand that there is such thing called energy drains, and we need to know how to close them. Basically, this is why we are discussing about this topic today. Even in my personal life, I did not understand why I get tired at the end of the day. For example, when I was in Bangalore, I used to travel for 1 hour, 2 hours every day. And I used to get very much irritated with the traffic. And by the time I reached my workplace, I used to feel tired. And I used to depend on coffee to gain more and more energy. And by the end, it's like, I just don't have any energy even to walk back to my bus station or so. So I did not understand at that time what exactly is causing, and like everybody, I also thought that it's normal to get tired. But after knowing this energy drains, I have stopped many energy blocks or energy drains in my life, day-to-day life. So today I will tell you certain examples of energy drains, what energy drains could be affecting us. So one thing could be tidying up your wardrobe, small things such as tidying up your wardrobe. You have so many things that you are in wardrobe which is not in proper order, but every time you open your wardrobe, you think that you would want to tidy it up, but you don't get time because if you are a working woman and you have a baby to take care, you keep on thinking, but you keep on thinking about it. You do your office work, but you think that I need to tidy up this Saturday or Sunday. You are feeding your baby, you think about it, but you don't get time. That is an energy drain in your life. You are losing your energy for that kind of activity. Or it could be as big as guilt conscious. You have done something in the past, something has happened to you in the past, and somehow you are not able to forgive yourself or forgive the situation that has occurred to you, and you keep on carrying that guilt conscious mode. Certain things that are associated in the past that gets triggered in the present moment. For example, there is certain kind of smell or certain kind of color that is associated with that activity or the incident, and whenever you see that, you basically connect back to that thing, and you're carrying that is basically an energy drain, big energy drain in your life, which you need to work on. Or it could be something like you are watching some sad news. Like I said, you exchange energy. Even though you are not in close proximity, you watch a video, you exchange energy with that person who is in that video you are watching. You watch abuse, you watch some sad news. You feel, when you are watching it, you actually feel as if it is happening to you. You take the pain of the other person whom you are watching. Basically, you are connecting, you are exchanging your energy, so you lose your energy. I understand that it could be that even in my case, sometimes we are too much sensitive, that we cannot see the pain of the other person, and we feel, instead of feeling bad, we actually take the pain. That again is causing the energy drains, which we need to work on. Or it could be something like you have some unresolved conflicts, or you are unable to forgive somebody. So all these things are basically causing a draining energy in your life. Okay, so the first and foremost activity that we need to do is to take our control back, our power back from these drains. How do we take it? The first thing that we need to do is to identify the energy drains in our life. Energy drains in my life could be different from the energy drains in your life. So we just need to identify it. We need to do one exercise, which I strongly recommend for all of us to practice. Take a pen and paper and start thinking and writing top 3 energy drains in your life. It could be anything. Maybe you would want to start dieting, but you are not able to do so. Or you have started exercising, but you stopped in between. You're not unable to continue for various reasons, but you keep on feeling guilt about it. And you keep on saying to yourself that I am not worthy, or you are lacking self-confidence, or it could be anything. Just think that what is the thing which I am planning to finish but I am unable to finish, or which is that thing in my life which I'm planning to start but unable to start and continue, which is that thing which I'm feeling sad or angry about. Just think about it. I'm sure you will get top 3 things. Write it on a paper and find out the solution. You know the solution for your own problem, and close it. It's not a one time activity, it's a continuous practice. Even today, even though I've been meditating for almost 1 year, I still get stressed, I still get exhausted certain times, but I know my methods of closing them immediately. As soon as I realize that this is happening to me, I know how to close it. That's how I'm working on myself. Okay, so there are total 5 general categories, I would say, where we could be losing our energy. So the first category is relationships. So when it comes to relationships, it could be that you are unable to forgive someone, or it could be that you have some unresolved conflicts with somebody in your relationship, or it could be that you are trying to win love through your service and through your sacrifice, or you are taking too much burden onto your shoulder because for the sake of your relationship, or you would want to say no certain times to certain people, certain important people in your relationship, but you hesitate, or you say yes instead of saying no, just because you don't want the other person to feel bad or feel hurt. Or the relationship itself could be toxic. So when I say that, I was going through one book called Dodging Energy Vampires. It is written by Christine. So where she says about energy vampires. The word could be scary, but they are not really vampires. They are the people who are amongst us. It could be our partner. Basically, what they try to do whenever they feel low, or they get irritated or angry, if they lose energy, of course, they try to gain the energy from the other person, unconsciously or consciously. So they try to indulge in fights or arguments. You don't understand the logic behind it, the reason behind it. It's just that the fight begins. They know they have the list of the things which you don't like, and then they keep on triggering that, and you feel bad. You take it on yourself, you lose your energy, and they gain the energy. So it could be that your partner or the relationship that you are in could be that they are energy vampires. There could be multiple reasons. It's just that we need to be mindful, be aware about what's happening instead of just ignoring, because most of the time, whatever is happening to us energetically, we tend to ignore. Why? Because we are programmed to pretend to ignore what we feel, because only if there is only physical hard evidence, then only we believe it, otherwise we ignore it. That's what we've been programmed to. It could be that because of which we're ignoring, but we need to be mindful and be more aware about these energy drains. So the second category of energy drains could be the environment. So when I say environment, like we discussed, tidying up wardrobe or cleaning your house, every time you go to your kitchen, you thought of cleaning it, but you don't get time and you keep on thinking about it. It could be that, or it could be too much addiction to your phone or to TV. So all these things fall under the category of environment. So you need to think, is there anything that is causing from this category energy drain in me? And the third category is body, mind, and spirit. So the third category basically includes certain activities such as, unhealthy food, or you look in front of mirror, you look yourself and you feel that I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful, or you want to start exercises in your life, but somehow you feel lazy and you are unable to start, and you are carrying that feeling that you are unable to do so, or you say that I'm not good, I'm lazy, something like that. It's basically you only know what exactly is happening. So basically this is third category, where you can think of that if there is anything from this category which I am draining my energies. The fourth category is money. So when it comes to money, if your job is the only primary source of income and you are the only one who is earning, then I don't need to tell the stress and the fear that you carry every day, that if I lose this job. During COVID also, many people have lost their jobs, and how much stress or the depression that they have gone through. So basically all the money could be one of the reason for energy drain, which we need to think, are you not able to pay the bills, are you too much spending money on some things? Sometimes what happens, even though we don't need it, we kind of buy it and then regret it later. So all these things again fall under the category of money. And the next one, last one, is related to the job. So you are doing the job just for the sake of doing it. You don't enjoy the job that you are doing, or you are having a lot of work in your job, stressful, it is very stressful to you, or your colleagues not supporting to you, and you keep on thinking that nobody is supporting to me, nobody is helping me. This is again an energy drain in your life. So for me, in my case, job was the most stressful factor, and where that I was losing most of my energy. So yeah, it could be these five categories. I will just repeat it one more time. It could be relation, it might not be these five falling under these five categories, but it's a general criteria, general characteristics where we might be losing our energy: the relationships, the environment, body, mind, and spirit, job, or the money. So you please start this exercise and follow it. I'm sure you will see a lot of difference in your energy levels on day-to-day basis. And now let's try to understand how we can close them. Now we know how to identify our energy drains. Now let's understand how we can close them. So the first and foremost definitely is identify them. There could be small things in your life, like tidying up something or starting your exercises. It could be something that which is causing more energy drains. Trying to close all the pending works that you have, or try to start the work that you're planning to start from long time. That's the first step to close your energy drains. The second and the most effective method is Anapanasati meditation. I would want to share my personal experience related to Anapanasati meditation. So even though I'm doing meditation for almost 1 year, even now when I attend any meeting or if I interact with my team members, for various reasons, I sometimes get irritated. I sometimes get stressed out. In such cases, when I realize that I'm going through that, I just take 5 minutes of time, not more than that, just 5 minutes of time. I take it out and then I sit, I do Anapanasati meditation. I'm sure you all must have learned how to do the meditation in your first day. So there will be something going on in my mind, the stress or the thought related to the thing that has happened. I just keep that aside. I don't think about it. I just observe my breath. I just do it for 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. And to my surprise, after 5 minutes, I found myself, even today I have done that. Every day when I do, I find myself in a balanced state. It's whenever I express these lower emotions, the anger, sadness, or anything, whenever I realize that I'm going through that, I just do this meditation and I'm in a balanced state. And also, I have proposed this method to many of my friends, and they are also experiencing the same benefits. I also recommend this to you. Just try it as an experiment. If you are angry or if you fought with somebody, just try to keep that thought away. Don't think about it and observe your breath. I'm sure you will see the differences for yourself. And the third method is to practice self love. So what is self-love? What are all the various methods to practice self-love? The mirror work and all, the senior masters and the upcoming sessions, they will provide more information, more details about this self-love. So for now, we'll just understand that practicing self-love also will reduce the energy drains in our life. And the next one is the heart coherence technique, is what I would say. Heart coherence is basically is also one of the other technique, which is again very effective when it comes to closing your energy drains. I just give brief 2 minutes introduction about what is heart coherence, and after that we will all practice the heart coherence technique today. So, in our day-to-day life, we use so many, we say so many things like follow your heart or learn by heart, but we forgot to give importance to our heart. We made our mind as our master and our heart as a slave. That's why we see so many problems in our day-to-day life, is what I strongly believe. So the heart should be the master always. That's where the intuition come from. This heart coherence technique, it basically establishes the connectivity with heart and then the mind. And it basically synchronizes the heart with the mind. When the mind is synchronized with the heart, the thoughts are automatically reduced and you naturally go into a thoughtless state, and your intuition power naturally increases and the energy drains are closed. Why energy drains are closed? Because when you are in coherence with your heart, you are always emoting positive emotions and positive feelings of joy, compassion, love, gratitude in your heart. When you exhibit such emotions, basically the energy drains is happening because you are exhibiting lower emotions such as anger, irritation, etc. So when you exhibit such emotions, the energy drains are automatically closed and you always feel energetic throughout the day, 24 cross 7. So this is a bit about heart coherence. I will also tell how to practice heart coherence. There are two steps actually in practicing heart coherence. The first step is to take slower and longer breaths. Like you put an effort to take slower and longer breaths. So for example, I will just show you how to do that. You keep both of your hands, either you can keep it on your heart or chest area, or you can keep it on your lap. It's up to you. I put it on my heart area because I feel it. I feel the connection with the heart. So you just put your hands and then you take slower and longer breaths. This is my inhalation. This is my exhalation. At least the inhalation and exhalation should be at least there for 10 seconds. You don't need to count it. You just try to take as slower or as longer breaths as you can. Doing that, you will establish a connectivity with your heart. We will do it for 5 minutes. And after that, we think of a positive memory. I will give you a 10 seconds of time. You can think of a positive memory in your life, by thinking of which so much of joy or happiness or compassion or gratitude flows in your heart naturally. Just you can think of anything. So it could be visiting a beautiful place, or it could be meeting your loved ones, or appreciation from someone, gratitude for something. It could be anything. Just think of that past memory, which is so much which feels thinking of which fills your heart with so much of joy and other positive feelings. Just you can pick that one memory. Okay, and you re-experience it. While you're taking slower and longer breaths, you continue taking that and you try to re-experience that as if it is happening now. For example, if it is visiting a beautiful place, you just imagine you do that slower and longer breath exercise, and you imagine yourself visiting that place once again, and you try to feel the joy again right now in this moment. This first time, if you are doing it, it might be a little difficult for you to follow within 10 minutes or 12 minutes of time that we are doing it. But this coherence technique, if you see, even if you see in the internet, so many Western countries, so many people, there is this 10th experiment done on 10,000 people, and then they have seen wonderful results as part of this experiment. So it is very effective, which you can do. And after heart coherence, we will again do our Anapanasati meditation. You have to remove your hands from your heart. You have to clasp your hands and put it on your lap, and you close your eyes and you observe your normal and natural breath. So this is the practice that we do, friends. I will be guiding you throughout the meditation. So let's start with our meditation today without any further delay. I will be playing soft music so that we get connected to the process more. Just give me 2 minutes.
Little Amaya also joined the meditation today. So nice to see you, Amaya.
Okay, friends. Now, please take a comfortable posture. You can sit on your sofa, you can sit on your bed, you can sit on the floor, anywhere. Just try to make yourself comfortable. You cross your legs, put one leg on top of the other, and take both your hands. You can either put it on your heart or chest area, or you can put it on your lap, and gently close your eyes. Let's start taking slower and longer breaths. We are taking slower and longer breaths. Keep everything aside. It could be a good day or bad day today. Keep everything aside. Make sure you focus on your heart area while you are taking this slower and longer breaths. Heart coherence. It establishes the synchronization between our heart and our mind. focus your entire attention on your heart area and continue taking slower and longer breaths. We are breathing as if we are breathing from our heart. We can clearly feel connectivity with our heart. Now, think of any positive memory. It could be anything. Visiting a beautiful place, meeting your loved ones, gratitude for something, appreciation for someone. It could be anything. Just pick one and re-experience as if it is happening now. In this, continue taking slower and longer breaths while you are re-experiencing this memory now, in this moment. observe gentle smile on your face. So much of joy, gratitude, compassion, love in your heart. Continue to stay with that feeling, with that emotion for one more minute. Make sure that your eyes are closed throughout this meditation process. Do not open your eyes, no matter what. Okay, friends. Now remove your hands from your heart area. Clasp your hands and put it on your lap. Make sure your eyes are closed. Now start observing your normal and natural breath. If you observe, the breathing is happening on its own, naturally. You're not putting any effort in breathing. Just observe that normal and natural breathing that is flowing through your nostrils. Thoughts may come and thoughts will go. Continue observing your normal, natural, soft breath, which is flowing through our nostrils. Breath is the only thing which is not in control of our mind. To go beyond our mind, breath is the only way. We are doing wonderful group meditation, dear friends. Five more minutes. Let us not open our eyes, no matter what. Okay, friends, whenever you are ready, keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whenever you are ready, gently remove your hands and open your eyes. Okay, friends, thank you for the wonderful group meditation today. We have 10 more minutes for the question and answers. So if you have any questions, don't think that whether it is a good question or a bad question, any question that you have, please put forward. And the answer that I know, I will definitely share it with you. or if you want to share any experiences in your meditation, you are welcome, most welcome. We are all happy to listen to your experiences. I see a baby, Ameya. I'm so proud of you that you're doing meditation. You're really an inspiration for many of us. Continue doing meditation. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Lots of love to you. Friends, if you have any questions with the topic that we discussed just now, you can ask questions, or any other question that you have also, you are most welcome. Or if you have any feedback, please do share. Thank you.
Gayatri, can they unmute themselves? Gayatri Yamula, can they unmute themselves, or do you have to mute them?
Actually, they can unmute. I can
Okay.
also.
Anybody who wants to ask any questions, please come forward.
So mine is a feedback. It was very, very calming. My camera is on, but I'm sitting in the very dark room at the moment.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Yeah. So it was very, very calming. When you put the heart on your hands and long, deep, but slow breaths. So that's the first time I've experienced that. It was extremely calming. Thank you for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bhavana Garu. Thank you.
Anybody else got any question? Or share anything, any experience?
No questions. Just thank you for the experience we had today. Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations actually taking up this challenge and continue meditation. From my own experience, I'm benefiting a lot. I'm sure everybody will. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice. Very explanation. Very nice, beautiful. Thank you for your effort. Very nice. I learned a lot because I do meditation quite often, every day, and I learned a lot today. Your talk was fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena ji. Thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback.
Thanks, Gayatri Garu. It's really very nice session. Actually, I came to the today's class with a very heavy head and lot of stress, but I'm feeling now very relaxed. Thanks a lot for that. I really enjoyed this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
It's really a wonderful session, really, because with the kids and all, we'll be stressed out. I think it will be a calming night for us for a better sleep too. It's really a very helpful program. Thanks to all.
Thank you, Ashwini Garu. Thank you so much. You're right that it increases the sleep quality. The meditation increases the sleep quality. I'm sure whosoever is suffering with sleep problems, they feel definitely the heart coherence and the Anapanasati meditation, they help a lot.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who arranged the program. Really thank you for all.
Thank you.
I do this meditation at the bed also.
You can do that.
Yeah, I do it in my bed. When I sleep, every day I start breathing very deep, slow, and I exhale. And exactly same from the heart, and I do every day.
Wow, that's so nice. Without knowing the technique, you are already practicing it.
I have I'm been quite a long time because I do lots of. My house is a meditation center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also a meditation center. Also Kriyaban. You know Kriyaban?
I heard about it, ma'am. I'm not practiced it yet.
Paramahansa Yogananda's meditation.
Yes. I heard about it. Yes, definitely. I heard.
And Osho, Rajneesh.
Osho's, yes, ma'am. Yes, I've read books. Yes.
His house is Osho's meditation center, Punyam, Osho Punyam.
Okay.
So I do this one every day, more or less every day. And if early morning, if I wake in the middle, I just do this. Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So nice. Where are you located, ma'am?
I'm in Walsall, near Birmingham.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for sharing. Come forward. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Gayatri ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, my name is Viraj, and me and my wife Bijal, we do sit in front of this meditation guides and all those things. So we have just started, and it is our beginning. So really appreciable, and just like we are going to get a know. Basically, what I understand is from the 2 days lesson, what when you are saying about the energy drain. So can I, like, you have given us 5 categories, like general categories. So in general, if I say in one word, does it, I can say, like, whichever thoughts makes you feel negative will drain your energy?
Yes. Every thought, positive or negative, is using energy. Basically, every thought.
But positive energy will maybe feedback you to do something, and
You're right.
it excite you to do the things.
Yes.
So physically you will be more physically and mentally both, you will get a peace kind of thing, and when you achieve that positive thoughts or achieve that, you will really see that satisfaction, and you will get again that feedback kind of mechanism, that you are again re-energized to go and do the work, because you achieve something intermediately and all.
Yep.
But when I was talking with respect to a negative, in the sense which I, in whichever thoughts makes me uncomfortable or unconscious or those kind of any thoughts, which in that case definitely, that as you told, the energy is going to be used, and as a normal system, energy is going to be shared across anything, whatever action you do, energy is involved. So in other way, the draining of energy is coming under with the negative thoughts.
Yes.
Positive thoughts, definitely you're consuming something, on top of it you're gaining something, and you're rebound to do again those things. So it makes you always happy and like keep busy, but you will not feel that tiredness again.
Yes, 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 100% right, sir. You are 100% right in saying that the positive thoughts or the positive emotions or the feelings. Basically, when you think about something positively, you are feeling something positive in your body. The chemical reactions are happening accordingly, and you're 100% right that you are recharging yourself. Basically, even though for that particular thought you are using energy, but again double triple the energy that you are gaining it from the physical positive emotions or positive feelings that are generated from that positive thought. And like you said, in case of negative energy, you are losing your energy more and more because of the thought which you don't want to think, but you are habituated to think, and you lose most of your energy. And since you are thinking like that, when you realize that you are thinking, then there will be something like guilt associated with it, blame associated with it. Those and all are energy drains which are not recharging you. You're 100% right in saying that. Yes.
Yeah, like I was just trying to understand, or kind of trying to extract the gist what your session was, and trying to understand whether I understood in a correct way or not.
You are 100% right, sir. Yes, you got the logic. Thank you. Thank you for repeating.
Yeah, like unfortunately during the session, when you were explaining about I can say a coherency between the heart and mind, still I was disconnected in between, and I did not get exit steps. But I can go back and see the recordings, and I can make sure that I understood. I have googled it also meanwhile, when you were showing, because I was not following it, but I have found some 3 steps, and when you are actually doing that, I have not seen that initial steps, or I did not got it because of the disconnection. But I was correlating and I found it. But yeah, definitely I will see the recordings and try to do it again, and it is really helpful. Yeah.
Definitely, sir. Thank you. The name of this heart coherence is Quick Coherence. So if you search in the internet with Quick Coherence name, you will find the steps. And also,
even I found on NHS also, I think.
Oh, great.
Technique kind of thing. I have seen one, maybe some page or one article kind of thing.
Okay,
So,
great.
and I think yesterday's session also, like I think whoever has given the, like, I think one sir was there.
Dr. Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Yeah, so Rajesh, Dr. Rajesh has also associated with NHS and all, and I can see NHS is recommending those practice normally for the health conscious things and all. Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Gayatri Garu. It was very nice session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri Madam. Today, a very wonderful session, especially the energy coherence. It was very helpful for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I request all of you to continue attending the sessions. There will be so much more wisdom coming in each and every session with each and every great pyramid master. And meditation, I learned that it is new normal. Like if you're working in IT, they say that cloud is new normal, DevOps is new normal, meditation is new normal, like that. So it's even the Harvard University and many other universities, they are doing so much of research and they are coming to conclusion that meditation is something which helps in reducing stress and anxiety and promoting so much of health benefits. There is so much more scientifically, which is proven already, and so many more experiments that are going on already. So better the early we adopt meditation, the better we will be. So thank you so much. Thank you all of you for patiently listening and patiently being there, irrespective of the good day, the bad day, the stressful day that we have had today. So please continue and thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
providing
you.
the
Thank
recordings
you.
as well, because it's very good to catch up
Thank
with
you very
the
much. Thank
recording
you.
if you've missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will be posting it tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. No, I was just saying I appreciate that you're doing that because unfortunately I missed half of it today as well. Well, the first part, which I'll catch up, but at least I know that I can go back to that recording. So that's good that you're doing that. So thank you for that.
Sure.
Thank you, Gayatri.
Thank you.
Gayatri,
Thank you, Gayatri Garu.
thank you, Gayatri. As usual,
Thank you
it
so
was fantastic and very, very beautiful meditation session. Always your smiling face always makes us feel very, very stress-free. So thank you very much for coming on the board today. As Gayatri ma'am said, tomorrow we will come with another topic and again followed by guided meditation. Please do join and enjoy the sessions. Thank you very much. Shubhratri to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri Garu. It was wonderful. Very much. Thank you.
Good night.
Mama, just close it. Thank you, Lakshmi Garu. Thank you, Gayatri.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank
Good
you.
night. Good night. Yeah. Bye-bye.